Hi guys, welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I am very excited to be bringing you this recipe. I'm going to be showing you how I like to make my Chocoflan. Now, for Chocoflan, there are two parts to this cake. So first, I'm going to be showing you the ingredients for the cake part, and then I will show you the ingredients for the flan. So let's work on the cake first. First thing, you'll be needing a 12 cup or larger bundt pan. Make sure it is well greased with some nonstick spray or with some margarine or butter, whatever you have on hand is fine. So you'll also be needing 2 cups of flour. In the 2 cups of flour, I added 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You'll also need 3/4 cups of sugar, 2/3 cups of cocoa powder. You'll need 1/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You'll also need 1 1/4 cups of milk. We'll be using 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste. If you don't have vanilla paste, then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we're also going to be needing 3 eggs. As well, for the bottom of the pan, we will be coating the bottom of the pan with some caramel sauce. Just the, Sunday caramel sauce that we buy at the store for like ice cream toppings and stuff like that is perfectly fine. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, so to the bottom of our pan, we're going to be adding 1/3 cup to 1/2 cup of the caramel sauce. Just bear with me here. Now I'm not going to measure, but you guys can measure out how much. So the bottom of our pan is nicely coated with about 1/2 cup of caramel sauce. So like I said, 1/3 cup to 1/2 cup is good. And now we're going to work on our chocolate cake mixture. So I am going to do it in a bowl with a whisk and a spatula, which is totally fine. You can do it with a mixer, a standing mixer, but I just don't feel it's necessary. And then we'll move on to making our flan. So into our bowl, we are going to add in our sugar, eggs, and vanilla. And I'm going to whisk this until we have a creamy consistency. I'll let you know what it looks like when I get there. Now we'll add in our milk. Very simple, very basic recipe, but very, very good. Okay, now lastly, we're going to add in our flour and our cocoa. Now we'll add in our dry ingredients. Our cocoa, now we'll continue mixing with our whisk. Make sure your batter doesn't have any visible lumps of cocoa powder or flour remaining. You can sift your dry ingredients if you notice that there is a lot of lumps in your cocoa. That is fine. Now into our prepared pan, we will place our chocolate cake. Oh, it just caused a little bit of a mess here, but that's okay. I'm gonna clean it up. Okay guys, so for the flan, we are going to be needing 1 can of evaporated milk. I have a can of 354 mils, so that's roughly what you're going to need. You're also going to be needing 1 can of condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. We'll also need 4 ounces of softened cream cheese at room temperature. You'll need 3 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. And then we will also add another teaspoon of vanilla paste. And I do suggest that you already prepare your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I do suggest that it is best to make the flan in the blender because it does mix all the ingredients properly and well so that the flan turns out perfect. But if you do want to do it with a handheld, like just a regular whisk, that's fine too, but you have to make sure that it's well thoroughly mixed. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to put in our cream cheese. Now we're going to add in our eggs. Okay. We're going to add in our sweetened condensed milk, which to me is the best part. Now our evaporated milk. Lastly, our vanilla paste, 1 teaspoon. Like I said, if you don't have vanilla paste, just add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now we're going to mix this until we have a smooth flan consistency. Guys, so into our cake, we are going to pour our flan, and the flan will naturally seep through the sides, so don't worry. Just gently pour it over. Take your time with it. And it's like magic. It will automatically seep to the bottom, and the flan will cook under the chocolate cake. So now we're going to place this into our oven for about an hour. I will let you know exactly how long my Chocoflan was in there for, and what it looks like when it's done. Now, before you place it into your oven, you want to make sure you cover it with some aluminum foil. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like I said, place the aluminum foil tightly around your cake. Make sure it is completely covered and tight and safe here. And then you're going to take a bigger pan, like a stainless steel, aluminum, something that is easy to place into the oven and that is bigger than your bundt cake pan. And you're going to fill this up with boiling water, probably about 1 inch from the bottom full. And you're going to place your cake into the pan, into the oven for an hour, and then when actually removing it from the oven, be very careful because the hot water will be scorching. So be careful with that and make sure you use some very safe oven mitts, and then we'll see what it looks like once it's done. Alright guys, so my Chocoflan was in the oven for exactly 1 hour and 18 minutes. Now, after 1 hour, I inserted a toothpick and it still came out pretty moist and wet, so I put it back into the oven, still in the bain-marie, but I removed the aluminum foil that was on top and I let it bake for an additional 18 minutes. So in total, 1 hour and 18 minutes. 1 hour uncovered. Sorry, 1 hour covered and 18 minutes uncovered. Now we have to let this sit for 1 hour, no less, or else your flan will come out like in pieces. It will be a disaster. So you need to leave this at room temperature for 1 hour cooling off, and then we can invert it. Alright guys, so it's been 1 hour cooling on my counter, and now we're ready to invert it onto a platter. Okay guys, so here you have it. We have inverted our Chocoflan into a nice platter and it's ready to serve. So now make sure before you invert it that you run a butter knife gently around the edges, and in the middle I just ran a toothpick around just to make sure it was all nice and gently loose from the pan. And that's pretty much it, guys. So let's cut a piece. Guys, so here you have it, our Chocoflan. I have already cut a slice here, as you can see. It's perfect in the middle. The chocolate cake is perfect. The flan is perfect. Now you just have to make sure to leave it for 1 hour exactly, no less, or else your flan will fall apart. So here you have it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I really hope you guys try this recipe, especially at this time of year. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see my future videos. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. You can be the first to see my video. So take care. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.